Falcon fans, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to another week of Atlanta Falcon Pandemic. Let's get ready for a segment of non-stop Atlanta Falcon talk, where we talk about the highs, lows, and expectations and the reality of today. Oh man, oh my goodness. Did y'all watch the game tonight? The Denver Broncos against the Browns. Did y'all watch that? Did y'all see the play of Jameis Winston? I know we talking Falcon football. I just want to bring up just that part where Jameis Winston had the opportunity to actually put the Browns back into position to win this game. Now we've been watching Jameis Winston for years, and one thing about Jameis is he has that dog in him. He has that dog, and when he has an opportunity to make something happen, he can do it. Yes, he has made some bonehead plays in the past, but here of late, Jameis has been. I think he's been playing like one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. And those two interceptions that he threw late in the fourth quarter, they almost looked like he was throwing the game away. Like he did throw the game away. And this is what I'm saying about the same thing about Kirk Cousins. And I know he probably didn't do it. I don't know, but money talk, right? But those interceptions that Kirk Cousins threw, there's only two reasons why Kirk Cousins was throwing the ball like that. Either he was throwing the game away or he is hurt. His throwing arm or something hurt where he can't get the velocity or the accuracy on the throws that he normally would make. That's just my thought, man. That's just my thought. But guys, on our team, I mean, I feel like I'm trapped in a toxic relationship where my love for this team is far outweighs, or should I say, the love for the logo far outweighs the love for the team. This type of relationship where behind closed doors, everything seems to be going in the right direction, looking bright for the future. But when you open those doors up, and in our case, we roll back that ceiling, everything don't look so good. I mean, but this brings back a better questions. Bring back, I mean, I really don't know where to go with this, y'all. I really don't. But are we fooling ourselves into believing that our Atlanta Falcons have what it takes to live up to the expectations that we have put on this team, the expectations that they have put on themselves? I mean, I just don't know where to start with this, guys. I really don't. I mean, because the way we looked yesterday, the way we looked prior to the bye week against Denver, the optimism seems to fly out the window. And that was one of my concerns coming out of the bye week is, whether or not our Falcons can come out with the focus, come out with the energy, the game plan on what it takes to come off of a loss like that one we took in Denver. Because we got our butts drugged, y'all. The scoreboard says that the final the final score says that our record says we got our butt drugged. And that was my main concern. Were we going to be able to come in dialed in and ready to play? And obviously we were not. This is the game, guys, that this week we needed this one. We needed to put this win in our win column, especially with Tampa Bay pulling out the win over the Carolina Panthers. And now they're coming up on probably the weakest schedule in the coming weeks going down the stretch. You talking about a schedule that's easier than the one that we supposedly should have had. And contrary to popular belief, the Carolinas, who Even though they've lost, they've been playing some very good, solid football these last couple of weeks. And it's not that our schedule is any harder, but because of the way our Falcons are regressing, it does not look as weak as we would like that schedule to be. And the way the Falcons have come out against Denver, the way we came out this week, brings about even a more important question. Is Coach Raheem Morris ready to be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons? Is he in over his head? First off, you know, everybody questions you bringing in two brand new coordinators that are in the same position as you. You're brand new, and then you bringing in two coordinators that are brand new. There's absolutely no one on the staff Raheem Morris can lean on for answers. There's nobody on staff that Jimmy Lake. Well, I take that back. Jimmy Lake has Jerry Gray, but I don't see. I don't know. He may have to relinquish his duties a little bit, or accept the help from Jerry Gray. But anyway, Raheem Morris has nobody he can look to for answers, because on the sideline he looks bewildered. I mean, it seems like he cannot get the team ready to play and dialed up week to week. Now you have to ask yourself, what is the sole responsibility of the head coach? Because it seems that Raheem Morris right now does not have a clue. Now you take away the 4 interceptions, the offense still, I mean, if you overlook the 4 interceptions, if you take them out of consideration, out of the equation, the offense still seems like they stall out compared to what we did to Tampa Bay, compared to what we did to Dallas, compared to what we did to Philadelphia, compared to how we played against Kansas City. Now, listening to Raheem Morris's conference yesterday, it further solidified, tongue tied here, further solidified he's not in tune to where our team's preparation is week to week. That press conference actually pissed me off even more, because just like he didn't have an answer for those reporters, it seems like he does not have an answer to where our team is, or so I say the state of the team. Barring the embarrassing loss to the Denver Broncos, there's another reason why Atlanta should have come out ready to play the Chargers. Now, although we have the edge when you consider the all-time head-to-head with the record of 8-5 in our favor, the Chargers always play us like they're a division team for us. They always play us tough. More importantly, they have beaten the Chargers. We haven't beaten the Chargers since 2012. We are 1-4 in our last 5 head-to-head meetings. 1-4. I'm going to sort of share it with you guys. Oh, man. What this thing, get rid of this thing here so we can see the whole thing. But this is what we look like against the Chargers. Up until 2012, we seemingly owned the Chargers. But thereafter, always close games, always a loss. In 5 years, we have not beat them. Well, I take that back. That's in 4 years. We have not beat the Chargers. We haven't beat them at all since they changed their name to the Los Angeles Chargers. But like I said, up until then, we owned them. We owned them. They managed to beat us one time in 1988. And after that, we just went on a streak and just, and it, like I said, and most of these games weren't even close. But here of late, 2016, 2020, 2022, 2024, we have not beat them. We get to the wire and we let them have it. You know, and people are looking at the play of Matt Ryan, right? What he hasn't been able to do, what he has been doing. Him lining up in the pistol, him lining up on the center, him lining up in the shotgun. But I'm gonna share something with you guys, and see if I can get this thing pulled up. And I'm gonna let you guys watch this thing. And I'm gonna tell you why it's an excuse. Because no matter where he lines up, he should be able to play far better than what he's doing. Now I want you guys to watch. I'm sorry, that's the wrong video. Let me see if I can get this thing down and give me just 1 second. That's the wrong video. Here we go. But I want you guys to watch, play in and play out what Kirk Cousins is able to do, where he's lined up. And what he's doing with the football. That was a throw to Darnell Mooney. That was an excellent throw. I don't know if you guys saw that. He was lined. I think he was lined up shotgun, I believe. But no matter where Matt Ryan was lined up, whether it's pistol, whether it was shotgun, whether he was under center, and these are his biggest plays through the bye week. These are his biggest plays through the bye week. So the fact that he's lined up in pistol, the fact that he's lined up shotgun or under center, I don't think it has a factor. I personally don't. I think is more like what he does with the football in those plays. The one thing that stands out in every last one of these plays is how he distributes that ball. It's a different receiver. Now, although these are top plays, and most of these you're going to see that's going to Drake and Darnell Mooney, but you missed the ones where, so I say they didn't put in the plays that were in between those big plays to Kyle Pitts, to Bijan Robinson, the runs with Bijan Robinson, the catches with Bijan Robinson, the runs by Tyler Algier. Guys, there is something else going on. I don't know what it is, and I can't put a finger on it. But there is something going on as the reason why our season have turned around the way it has. We can speculate what that is, but I don't know. But if you look at these plays, it solidifies that there is something else going on. And we're playing against some stout defenses. The line wasn't always perfect. But at the same time, that game yesterday, that was not Kirk Cousins. Now, someone said in another podcast that Kirk Cousins might have been hurt because there was no velocity on the ball, or there was nothing up on the ball. No air on the ball where he threw those 4 interceptions. They were just bad throws. I beg to differ, guys. They were bad throws, all right. And I could be wrong, but they looked intentional. They looked bad. I mean, there were a couple of plays where Kyle Pitts was wide open. The fact that he didn't go to Kyle Pitts, I can warrant him on that, because Kyle Pitts several times during the game gave up on plays. It was play after play, and I mean, as a quarterback, you wouldn't want to go to him either. You would lose faith in it if a receiver give up on a play. Doesn't show you the intensity needed to complete that play, to finish that play. But then I contradict myself when I say he was throwing the game. Because if he had lost faith in Kyle Pitts to finish a play, why wouldn't he go to Kyle Pitts? He wasn't going to finish it anyway. But guys, if you look at this, and you talk about, and you guys saw the game against Philadelphia, the game against the Steelers, even though we lost that one, the games against the Chiefs, the games against Tampa Bay, the game against Dallas, the Saints. You saw what it took to win. To win all of those games. You saw what it took. The ones we won anyway. You saw what it took to win. None of that was evident in Denver. None of that was evident yesterday. And guys, we had injuries then. We basically got, I'll say, maybe outside of maybe 5 guys that started, that there are 4 guys that start, we had everybody back healthy. Now I have another idea as to what's going on too, but I'm gonna share that later on in the segment. You guys just stay with me. But you guys see what's going on in this and Kirk Cousins reel here. What he's doing with the ball. He didn't do it in Denver. And he didn't do it yesterday. And you saw how lazily he did it? You saw that? So that tells me that what Kirk Cousins is doing is orchestrated. To say the least. That's just my opinion, guys. I don't know. But I want you guys to see this again. I want you guys to see this again. Watch how lazily he threw this ball. With nothing on that. And he finds none other than Kyle Pitts. That throw, that combination is there if Kyle Pitts put in the work. It's there. I just wanted to point that out to you guys. I don't know if I proved my point to you guys or not, but guys, there is something going on. As they would say in the old days, there's something in the water. There is something in the water. I don't know what it is. Maybe it'll come to light. Maybe it won't. And guys, I'm going to share something else with you that you don't understand how somebody who can dominate a game, you can dominate a game and come out on the losing end. Now, yeah, there are times when you can dominate a game and still lose by a field goal. When you look at the stats, I have to laugh when I see this, guys, but every category, and it wasn't even close. Total yard 350 to 187, 234 to 131, 116 to 56 rushing yards. Now, they were kind of a hair short, on the yards per play. We had, 4.5. They had 4.1. We had 24 first downs. They only had 10. Third down efficiency, kind of equal. They were 3 for 11. We were 3 for 14 on third down. Fourth down, they were 0 for 1. We got it twice. We went for it twice, 4 times, and got it twice. Guys, this is what separates. I don't know, guys. This is what separates. But the total plays, we had 77 total plays to their 46. 77 to 46. I'm gonna skip this next one here. But we were kind of equal in punts, and we can't even blame it on penalties this time. Normally, we could say the offensive line was the referee was hitting over penalties, or the offensive line was holding, or the defenses were pass interference. We can't even blame the penalties this time for our loss. We only got hit twice for 10 yards. They got hit 7 times for 33. So we can't even blame the penalties for that performance yesterday. Fumbles, they fumbled one time. We didn't lose a fumble. But what separates the last two categories is what separates this game. The interception thrown, which we had 4 thrown. They didn't throw any. And this time of possession. We had that ball 10 minutes more than they did and couldn't get a touchdown. We couldn't get in there. Now, up until yesterday, we complained every week about the pass rush. Every week. First off, hats off to the defense. Hats off. Oh, I couldn't ask for anything. I don't think anybody could have asked any more of what the defense did yesterday. They held their own. Were they perfect? No. But they got after it. They did enough for us to win the game. Or shall I say, they did enough for the offense to try to win the game. Because obviously we did not win. But 5 sacks. 5 sacks. 5 sacks. Guys, you get 5 sacks. 5 sacks. You winning this game. If the offense do what it's supposed to do. You winning this game. So like I said, hats off to the defense. But like I said in a previous podcast and in the conversation I had with so many Falcon fans, that the key in the game against the Chargers will be to contain Ladd McConkey. And surprisingly enough, last play didn't really hurt us, even though he ended up with 117 yards. That wasn't what hurt us. I mean, McConkey, his play did put them in a lot of key situations, good situations, good field position. But our defense held their own. He didn't get a touchdown, so they held him at bay. They did what they supposed to do. The defense did what they supposed to do. The defense gave us all we needed to pull out a win in this game, like I said, and the offense faltered. The defense came up with big play, play after play, and the offense could not feed off that energy. The secondary truly made it hard for Justin Herbert to find targets. Our front seven made plays on Herbert, and he really had to move. And how we want our defense to be. And we gave them that. Arnold Ebiketie, Grady Jarrett, Lorenzo, even Lorenzo was getting after him in the first half. They continued that in the second half too, but it was more evident in the first half. Atlanta was able to get the Chargers off the field despite any big plays they were able to execute. And it shows right here. 56 yards rushing. That's all they had. 56 yards rushing. That means our front seven did what they hadn't done all wasn't that they did all year or haven't been able to do all year. 56 yards rushing. Passing yards, like I said, defense, 187 total yards. Defense, not even 200 yards on the ground. I mean, total offense, not even 200 yards, guys. And we still lost the game. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I mean, was that the credit to Jimmy Lake? Who knows? Maybe Jerry Gray stepped in. I don't know. But either way it goes, defense stepped up this week. Now, on the contrary, because of our inconsistency or the lack of consistency, do the defense get their clothes that they're finally stepping it up? Not hardly. Not hardly. Are they going to be able to continue this throughout the rest of the season? They should. They should. But Kirk Cousins, with the fact that he has been able to get any touchdowns in the last 3 games, no touchdowns in the last 9 quarters, that is completely unacceptable. And let me just say, as a guy who vouched for Kirk Cousins being our quarterback this season and the next, I want him here. I wanted him here too next season as well. But Kirk, you are no longer allowed in the trap. You are not invited to the next barbecue. And you definitely don't get any more lemon pepper wings from Magic City or anywhere else. You just need to stay in the film room. You are banned to the film room. Bringing you here, Kirk, we placed our future in your hands. We placed the team in your hands. We placed the city in your hands. And more importantly, we have Michael Penix Jr. in your hands to train up. So maybe, I don't know, maybe wearing those chains and you swag surfing, maybe you are distracted. So when you ask the question, do I like that? No, I don't. No, I do not like it. Now, contrary to the game that we have already won, game that we were supposed to win, your play was still shaky at best. Even in your best plays, it was shaky but we still weren't really scoring touchdowns. Yeah, we were scoring them, but look how we scored them. Can't complain because we scored them. We won the game. But it's not that ceiling that we set for ourselves this year. We were looking at 27 to 30, 31 points a game. We're not getting nowhere near that. We're still doing the same old falconing. Let me put it that way. We're getting so close that we have to use Koo or the field goal kicker to kick a field goal. Where's that dominance that we want to establish? You were the guy that was supposed to have this offense dominating. Let's take away the defense. You were the guy that's supposed to have this offense dominating. Let's take away Zach Robinson. You were the guy. You are the guy, Kirk Cousins. You are the veteran. If Zach Robinson is to learn in this league how to play call, you need to be the reason why he learns how to call plays. You need to train him up. He can't just go out there, open that playbook, and just throw out there a play. You're the captain on that field, Kirk Cousins. So if you see something on that field, you and Zach need to be in constant communication. what's working, what's not working, what should be working, what could be working. You guys should be in constant communication. And I see you on the sideline. I don't see you with the head on. I don't see you on the telephone. So when exactly are you guys communicating? In the film room? When it's too late? In practice? When it's already too late? You've already lost your game. I am so tired of hearing Raheem Morris going to his press conference and giving the right answer and saying stuff like, oh, we got to go watch film, correct the mistakes, and come out next week. Guys, that's the right answer. In his press conferences, especially this past week, before the bye week, he should have sure enough come off unhinged. Raheem Morris. He should be mad. Livid. And then we come out and lose this game too. Oh. Can you imagine Belichick losing 2 games I say 3 games in a row? 2 games the way we did? Can you imagine somebody like Belichick, Jim Harbaugh, losing like that? And how they were acting in those press conferences? And I get it, Raheem Morris. You have a paycheck, your first year as a head coach. You keep your money. That's all well good. You're losing your team. At the beginning of the season, you had everybody in the world, should I say everybody in Atlanta and Georgia that are Falcon fans bought into your system. You even had people that aren't fans of Atlanta bought into your system. You have lost your fans or are losing your fans. If you paid attention to what was going on in the stands, we were quiet. Even when we made big plays, we were quiet. When they showed a young lady, there was like I think we went for it on 4th down and got it. I think it was like 4th and 8th or something. Anyway, it was a big 4th down and we pulled it off. 4th and 12, something like that. But anyway, and when the camera panned the crowd, there was one young lady that's still sitting there like this. There were a few fans around her that was, cheering or whatever. But you have lost your fans if you're not losing your team. Just buying into your system, that's all well and good when you got people bought in at the beginning of the season. But you have to win games to keep us there. I mean, we didn't even have to contend with Koo missing a field goal. And he did miss one. But at the same time, we had so many chances to score without even worrying about having to use Koo. And that's the first thing people said. Well, if Koo had to hit that field goal, there's no telling we probably would have won. No, not the way we were playing. Not the way we were playing. Could not move that ball when we needed to. We could not get in that end zone. Red zone, we couldn't get there and execute. But your interceptions, or should I say Kirk Cousins' interception, was the demise of yesterday's game. And I'm pretty sure after that game, I mean, more and more people are going to be calling for the sighting of Michael Penix Jr. They weren't Kirk Cousins out. There were a lot of people that were starting to want him out even before after the Seattle game. They were wanting Kirk Cousins out. And then we come down the stretch and we lose against the Saints. Then we lose against Denver. Then we lose against the Chargers. And it wasn't the fact that we lost. It's how we lost. It's how we lost. I'm saying that in just about every segment I put out. It's how we're losing. We're losing because we look bad. It's not like we go down and play our hearts out and and we get down to a field goal of a chance of winning, and the Chargers have to kick a field goal and win, or the opposing team has to kick a field goal and win. We are getting pushed down the field from the jump. I mean, at the first kickoff, they put us on our heels and we stay there. We get pushed around on the field like we in OTAs or something. And we are better than that. We are way better than that. We've seen that. We saw it against Pittsburgh. Even though we lost that game, we saw that in Pittsburgh. Even though we lost against the Chiefs, we saw that. We saw it against Philadelphia. That's the Falcons that should be playing this year. I don't know what have become of us now. I can't even explain it. I don't know. The balance of the play calling, it looked like it was working in the first half. Then all of a sudden, it seemed like the cylinders just went out on it. Don't know what happened. But Zach showed his inexperience by killing our unicorn in Bijan Robinson. That man ran to death. After that touchdown, he had to go on the oxygen. They showed him he was on the oxygen. And then you brought him right back. Didn't even give the man a rest. Brought him right back without resting him. Ran him 4 straight plays. I mean, at this point, what is going on with Tyler Algier? I mean, I'm thinking, just like everybody else, is he hurt? Everybody asks that question. But we know he's not hurt. Because you use him. I don't know. And we said at the beginning of the season that Kirk Cousins needs to stay under 10 interceptions this season. So he threw 4 today, and I think he's up to 15 now, 16, something like that. And we've seen on several plays where Kirk Cousins' mobility or lack thereof is going to continue to be an issue for us. And Kirk's stats on the day was not bad. His stats were not bad until you get down to that 4 interceptions column. I don't know. And I would really like to know what's going on our third downs and why we're not able to convert in it. We're always having to get to that 4th down, and it seems like we'd rather get the 4th down and have to make a critical decision. I don't know. And this here is for Zach Robinson. And I'm sure we all agree with this one. Why are we continuing with the jet sweep? Whether running left or right, it don't matter. On third downs. Why are we running on jet sweep on third downs? That play didn't work against Pittsburgh. It didn't work against Philadelphia. It didn't work against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It didn't work against the Kansas City Chiefs. It didn't work against the Seahawks. And it certainly did not work against the Denver Broncos. Zach Robinson, please let that jet sweep go on third downs. Let it go. Everybody knows on third down, you run into that jet sweep and it's not working, and it hasn't worked all year. The Steelers exposed you when you did that. So every team that came down after that, know on third downs, one of your plays is going to be that jet sweep. Let it go. And we have a pretty decent wide receiver core. We have a pretty decent wide receiver core. So why are you force-feeding Drake London? Up to date, Darnell Mooney has been your man. He's been that out. He's been your number one. Seemingly, he's been your number one receiver. So why are you trying to force feed Drake? What did you and Drake have a conversation and say, "Hey man, I need the ball more"? Kirk Cousins, you are the captain of this team. What you see you go for. You don't need to force anything. One of your receivers is going to be open. You don't have to force Drake London nothing. If he's open, by all means, go to him. If he has an advantage over his defender, by all means, go to him. But double and triple coverage, forget about it. Why would you even throw to him in triple coverage? I don't know why. Now, I had said I wasn't going to talk about this anymore, but I hope y'all sit down why we should be done with Kyle Pitts. If we aren't done with him, we should be. Just let him go someplace else and be great. That's all I'm saying. Kyle Pitts is 6'6", 240, 245. And you guys saw it. That one play where he gave up, even though he got undercut in that play. You guys saw the lack of effort to make a play on that ball. And truth be told, even though he got undercut at his size, he could have made a good effort on that ball. I forgot who the defender was on that, but he didn't even put his hands up. He stopped running. And if that defender had his head turned around, that would have been another interception. His lack of attitude, his laziness is really starting to bother me to no end, guys. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's starting to bother me to the point where I'm good gracious, y'all. Now, there are some that are saying that when you compare Kyle Pitts' numbers to other receivers' numbers, he's better than I think. I'm gonna explain it to you like this. You know how in the NBA, and I tell you a good prime example. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was known as a defensive player. But somehow or another through the night, Dennis Rodman's going to end up with like 16, 18, maybe even 20 points. Somewhere along the line. You know why? Because he's picking up garbage. He's getting those rebounds and putting them back in. He's catching the misses, putting them back in. That's what we call garbage buckets. He's cleaning up. And that's what Kyle Pitts is doing. Throughout the game, where it seems like we need Kyle Pitts, he does not perform. But late in the game, where the game is out of hand and we have no chance of winning, he's going to pick up your 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. Yes, it does contribute to us moving the ball down the field, but it's called garbage points, garbage time. We don't need you. We need you when we were moving the ball down the field, or when we need you to move the ball down the field. That's when we need you. We don't want you picking up garbage yards, garbage catches. We need you in pivotal points of the game. Now, speaking of lack of play, and for those of you who jumped all on my comment section about Matthew Judon, even though the defense played outstanding, Matthew Judon didn't do it, I think. And he wasn't even double teamed. He was not double teamed. I'm telling you, and see, what you guys fail to realize that when I'm watching these games and I put out this content and I notice stuff and the stuff that you guys come at me with, I pay attention to that. I watch these games twice. I watch every game twice because I record them. I watch every game twice. The first time when I watch, I'm just enjoying the game. The second time I'm watching it, I'm looking at who did what. That way I'm rewinding, I'm looking, rewinding, I'm looking. So, guys, when I tell you that Matthew Judon is not the Matthew Judon that we expect him to be, trust and believe he is not the Matthew Judon that he needs to be, or that we want him to be. That's why I'm so glad he playing next to Grady Jarrett. I mean, everybody else on the line played phenomenal. Yeah, he sealed the edge, but he didn't make any plays. You saw a couple of plays where he came up and just fell on the pile. Guys, he's not that Matthew Judon. I'm just saying. I'm gonna leave that one alone because I'm gonna put together a highlight reel of Matthew Judon, and I'm going to show you guys just to show you the confirmation of what I'm saying. Because a lot of you guys think that that I'm throwing you a lot of bull water when I say Matthew Judon is. I mean, he's actually garbage. I'm not going to go as far as say he's garbage, but his play is not the Matthew Judon that I know that he is and can be for us. I mean, he got Grady Jarrett right next to. That means ain't nobody double teaming Matthew Judon when you got Grady Jarrett right there who's balling this season. Why are we double teaming Matthew Judon? There's no need to double team Matthew Judon. He's not the one that's wreaking havoc. Grady Jarrett is. Now, if you come at me and say Jarrett is being double and triple team, yes. He is. There was one play last week or yesterday where Grady Jarrett had to go through 4 guys to get back to 4 guys. So if Grady Jarrett had to go through 4 guys to get to Justin Aber, where's Matthew Judon? I'm not sure if Matthew Judon was on that play or not. I got to go back and confirm that. But I did see Grady Jarrett have to go through 4 guys to get to Justin Aber. I got to go double check that. I'm going to go look at that. Now, back to the offense. We have another receiver that I think we've only thrown to him maybe once or maybe twice this year. Now, prior to coming here at his old team, he was that guy. Well, we haven't felt the need to use him like that. I have yet. I do not know why. I can guarantee you next season, he will not be here. And that guy is Charlie Warner. He was that guy in San Francisco. And I'm not just talking about tight end type throws either. I'm talking about throws that you look for Travis Kelce to be making down the field. Charlie was making those type plays in San Francisco. Why we haven't used him like that? Now I realize that we're short on tight end blockers, and we need Charlie 1 or 2 to block. I understand that, but on 3rd down, and you got Bijan Robinson, you got Tyler Algier. Oh, let me take this back. Let's go back. If I'm Zach Robinson, I'm on a critical 3rd down. On a critical 3rd down, there are 2 plays that I already got in mind. 2 plays. There was one play we did against I want to say it was Tampa Bay, where we had Charlie Warner, Bijan Robinson, and Tyler Algier in the backfield. I'm sorry. It's 3 plays. 3 plays on 3rd down. Like I said, Charlie Warner, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier in the backfield. If it's 3rd and short, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to one of the running backs. It's a no-brainer. Now, if it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, I got Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier in the backfield, Charlie Warner as a tight end, Kyle Pitts as a tight end. And we on that play, we going play action to Charlie Warner. Or play action to Kyle Pitts. One of them's going to be open. One of them stays back and block. One goes out for the pass. Or vice versa. One of them going to be open. Why? Because on 3rd and short, the defense is going to be playing up. The defense is going to play the run. Because why? Because we have gained the reputation of running that jet sweep on 3rd down. That's why seemingly on 3rd down, we haven't done nothing this year. Yes, we've converted a few, but when it boils down to it, defenses are going to play that jet sweep because they know that's where we're going. That's why I say go play action, and I'm going to hit Charlie Warner. Or I'm going to hit Kyle Pitts. Or I'm going to hit Drake London. Somebody's going to be open, guys. Because if you got Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson in the backfield, defense is automatically going to think run on 3rd and short. Charlie Warner needs to be used if we're not going to use Kyle Pitts. I would rather just say scratch Kyle Pitts and use Charlie Warner. Now, Bijan Robinson is a decent blocker. He's a stud. He's a decent blocker. So if Charlie Warner has to chip his end or that D tackle and go out for a pass, and Bijan Robinson stay in the block on action to Bijan, God, that's all day long. No defense in the world is going to be ready for it. And like I said, Charlie Warner is that guy. He plays to his size. He plays to his position. Why we don't use him like that, I don't know. Go back and look at how Charlie Warner was used in San Francisco. And then y'all jump in the comment section. And you'll see why Charlie Warner makes more sense than Kyle Pitts. But guys, I'm still baffled about yesterday. I thought our team was going to come out dialed in, ready to play. And that 13-point performance, I thought for sure was going to be close to like 24 to 27 points. I thought for sure. But it did not happen. Now going down the stretch, who we got left? We got Las Vegas Raiders. We got Washington. We got the Giants. We got Carolina. These are not easy games for us with the performance we've been doing coming down the stretch, guys. This is not easy for us. But they are winnable games. All of them. Now we got Minnesota next. Now Kirk Cousins should come in dialed in, ready to destroy his team. But he could come in into a hostile environment because I don't think he left any friends up there because of the way he left. So he just might come into a hostile environment with boos and gestures. And we just don't know how Kyle Pitts going to handle that. Some quarterbacks, some people get rattled by fan reaction. Some don't. Some people can shrug it off and still perform well. Some people feed off of that. But is Kirk Cousins that guy that's going to feed off of it, or is he going to let that bother him? But they're going to get pretty loud in Minnesota. I guarantee you that they're going to get loud because of Kirk Cousins. Injury should not play a part going down the stretch, barring if anybody get hurt. But unless somebody's already hurt, but these last few games are all winnable games. Are they going to be easy? No, not even the Carolina game. But like I said, Carolina for the last couple of weeks, even though they lost last couple of games, they played very well. They played the Chiefs real well. They played Tampa Bay real well. So, are they starting to some type of chemistry down there? I don't know. I mean, but it's Carolina. They're in shambles down there, so we should win against them. We should. But there's one guy I'm concerned about down there in Carolina, and that's Xavier Legette. That one guy that I want to hear in Atlanta. Now, they still have problems at the quarterback position, so he may not be more of the weapon that or the fourth that I'm thinking he is. But he is that guy. He is that guy. You talking about a receiver that's bigger than Drake London, big as Julio Jones, faster than Julio Jones. Well, as fast as Julio Jones. The guy's a beast. That's why I was pushing. I wanted him here so bad. He was perfect. He was perfect. But then, but the two questions that I ran across you guys early in the segment is Raheem Morris in over his head, or did we just set the expectations to be too high for this team? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed this segment. I wanted to do a podcast on this thing, but my time is things are getting in the way. But anyway, that's either here nor there. I get this podcast thing started in a minute, guys. I mean, I really want you guys to get your comments in, get your input in on my thoughts. I want to be able to interact with you guys. But y'all continue to follow me. I'll get it together. Hit that notification bell when I drop my next video. And I surely appreciate you guys that have already subscribed, that have already hit that notification bell. Spread the video around. Atlanta Falcon Pandemic, spread the content around. And feel free to always drop your comments in, guys. I welcome all comments. I welcome all thoughts. And I do respond to them. It may take me a couple of days, but I do respond to them. It'll be no longer than 2 days. But like I said, guys, I appreciate you stepping in and chiming in and liking my videos, liking my content, sharing my content. And I look forward to interacting with everyone sooner than later. All right. But guys, as always, no matter what's going on in the organization, we are Falcon fans. We don't falter. We fan all the time. So until next time, continue to do what we do. Rise up. A-Town down. Peace.